The vast control room of Earth's Deep Space Monitoring Station hummed with activity as operators watched their screens. It was just another normal day until Tom Parker, a young radar technician, noticed something unusual on his display. "Sir, I'm picking up an artificial signal from HD 40,307, he called out to his supervisor. The signal was unlike anything they'd seen before. Clear, structured, and definitely not natural. Within hours, the entire scientific community was buzzing with excitement. After decades of searching, humanity had finally detected signs of intelligent alien life. The signal contained mathematical sequences that proved its artificial origin, along with what appeared to be an invitation for communication. The United Earth government, formed after the global wars of 2100, quickly assembled their best team. The newly completed starship Earth's Hope was chosen for humanity's first diplomatic mission. Captain Robert Miller, a veteran of space exploration with 20 years of experience, was selected to lead the mission. "This is our moment," Miller told his crew during their final briefing. "We represent not just a nation, but all of humanity." His words carried weight as they prepared for their historic journey. The ship's advanced fusion drive made the journey possible in just 3 months. As they approached the alien system, they detected massive structures in orbit around the fourth planet. The alien vessels dwarfed Earth's Hope, their dark metallic surfaces reflecting the light of their star. The first visual contact with the Dominion representatives sent chills down the crew's spines. The aliens stood nearly 9 feet tall, their bodies covered in what looked like living metal. Their faces were hidden behind shifting masks that changed patterns as they spoke. The meeting started cordially enough. The aliens called themselves the Dominion, claiming to be part of a vast interstellar empire. But things quickly turned sour when they began questioning humanity's achievements. "Your species is barely out of its cradle," the Dominion leader stated through the translation matrix. "You have not even colonized your own system properly. How dare you approach us as equals?" Captain Miller maintained his composure. "We come in peace, seeking friendship and knowledge exchange," he replied diplomatically. But he could sense the growing tension in the room. The Dominion representatives exchanged looks that the human crew couldn't interpret. Then, without warning, energy readings began spiking throughout the alien station. "Captain, they're powering up weapons," shouted Jack Wilson, the ship's tactical officer. Miller didn't hesitate. "All hands, battle stations, defensive measures now." The Earth's Hope barely managed to raise its shields before the first energy blast hit them. The ship shuddered violently as multiple weapons targeted them. "Return fire." "Sir?" Wilson asked, his finger hovering over the weapon's controls. Miller shook his head. "No, we're not starting a war. Get us out of here. Maximum speed." The Earth's Hope's engines roared to life as they executed an emergency jump. The ship's advanced technology, secretly more developed than humanity had let on, allowed them to escape the ambush. As they fled, the Dominion's message echoed through their communication system. "Let this be a lesson. Know your place, primitives. The galaxy belongs to the strong." What the Dominion didn't realize was that they had just made a terrible mistake. Humanity had not come unprepared. The Earth's Hope was not just a diplomatic vessel. It was a highly advanced warship disguised as a peaceful explorer, equipped with scanning technology that had just collected massive amounts of data about the Dominion's capabilities. Back on Earth, the United Earth government received the mission report with grim determination. In a secure underground facility beneath the Rocky Mountains, military leaders gathered to discuss the implications. "They think we're primitive," General Thompson stated, looking at the gathered officials. "They have no idea what humanity is capable of. We've been preparing for this possibility for centuries." The room fell silent as hidden screens activated, revealing massive fleets hidden throughout the solar system, weapons platforms disguised as asteroids, and technology far beyond what humanity publicly admitted to possessing. "Send the message to all our hidden installations," the general ordered. It's time to show the galaxy why humanity has survived everything Earth has thrown at us. We're not the primitive species they think we are. As alerts went out across the solar system, humanity prepared for what was coming. The Dominion had just awakened a sleeping giant, and they would soon learn why Earth's history of constant conflict had created a species that was always ready for war. Admiral James Walker stood before the massive holographic display in Earth's Strategic Command Center. The room was filled with military and scientific leaders from across the planet, all gathered to witness his presentation. "Ladies and gentlemen," he began, pointing to the red dots scattered across the star map. "These marks represent civilizations that have gone silent in the past century. Our deep space monitoring network has detected a pattern." The display zoomed in on various star systems, showing data collected by Earth's hidden probe network. The Dominion isn't just hostile to us. They're systematic conquerors who have been eliminating or enslaving species they deem inferior. Dr. Anna White, Earth's leading quantum physicist, stepped forward. "We've decoded transmissions that suggest they're planning something big. Multiple Dominion fleets are gathering at these coordinates." She gestured, and new markers appeared on the map. "Then it's time," Walker declared, "to let them know they're not hunting sheep anymore. They're hunting wolves." The assembled leaders murmured among themselves. Professor Michael Reed, head of the Dimensional Communications Project, cleared his throat. "The technology is ready, Admiral. We can broadcast our message across every known dimension and frequency. No spacefaring race will miss it." Walker nodded grimly. "Show them." The lights dimmed as Reed activated a small device on the table. The air shimmered, and suddenly, multiple layers of reality seemed to overlap in the room. It was like looking through countless sheets of glass, each showing the same space from a slightly different angle. "This technology took us 50 years to perfect," Reed explained. "It doesn't just send a message, it burns it into the fabric of space-time itself. Every advanced civilization will receive it, whether they want to or not." The assembled leaders watched in awe as test patterns rippled through the dimensional layers. Each pattern was crystal clear, impossible to ignore or block. "What's the message going to be?" someone asked from the back of the room. Walker smiled. It wasn't a pleasant smile. Simple and direct. Something every species will understand. He pressed a button, and words appeared in the dimensional display. "To all spacefaring civilizations, we know about the Dominion. We know about their conquests. We know about their plans, and we want them to know. Humanity is ready. We've been ready for centuries. Every race that stands with the Dominion will face extinction. Every race that stands with Earth will find protection. Choose wisely. You have one standard Earth week to respond." The message began repeating in thousands of alien languages, mathematical sequences, and even in pure energy patterns that any advanced civilization could decode. "Isn't this provocative?" asked one of the civilian leaders. "We're essentially declaring war on the most powerful empire in known space." Walker turned to face the group. "Look at these screens." He gestured to another wall where surveillance footage played. "The Dominion destroys civilizations that barely have spaceflight. They enslave species that can't fight back, but they've never faced anything like us." The footage changed to show Earth's hidden defenses, massive space stations concealed behind holographic asteroids, fleets of warships hidden in dimensional pockets, weapon systems that could redirect the energy of stars themselves. "Humanity grew up on a death world," Walker continued. "We evolved while everything on our planet tried to kill us. We survived ice ages, plagues, and our own nuclear weapons. We united not because we wanted to, but because we had to. Every war, every disaster, every challenge made us stronger." The room fell silent as the implications sank in. Earth wasn't just sending a warning, it was laying a trap. "The message will reach every corner of known space within hours," Reed added. "The dimensional broadcast can't be blocked or jammed. They'll all receive it, including the Dominion's subject races." Walker looked at the assembled leaders. We're not just warning the Dominion. We're telling their victims that there's hope, that someone is finally standing up to the bullies of the galaxy. As the message continued its unstoppable spread across space, Earth's military machines started moving. Hidden shipyards became active, weapon systems powered up, and soldiers who had trained their entire lives for this moment prepared for war. The galaxy was about to learn why humanity's history of constant conflict had created not just survivors, but warriors. The Dominion thought they were the hunters, but they were about to become the hunted. Deep beneath the red sands of Mars, in a facility that officially didn't exist, Major William Stone watched as massive blast doors slowly opened. The chamber beyond stretched for miles, filled with rows upon rows of sleek warships that humanity had been building in secret for decades. "Status report," he commanded, his voice echoing through the command center. "All systems operational, sir," his second-in-command reported. "The Mars Defense Fleet is ready for deployment. Over 3,000 ships, fully armed and crewed." But Mars was just the beginning. Across the solar system, similar scenes were playing out. Below the icy surface of Europa, another fleet stirred to life. Hidden bases on Titan, Callisto, and even in the asteroid belt began powering up their systems. In high orbit above Earth, maintenance crews swarmed around the orbital defense platforms that other species had dismissed as primitive. With a series of commands, the platform's outer shells fell away, revealing advanced weapon systems that had been hiding in plain sight. "Begin Phase 3, Stone ordered. The command triggered a cascade of activities throughout the solar system. Quantum computers processed vast amounts of data as weapon systems came online. Dark matter drives, far more advanced than anything humanity had shown to the galaxy, hummed to life. On Earth, in the Himalayan Command Center, General Lisa Adams watched as real-time data streamed in from across space. "Show me the numbers," she ordered. The main screen lit up with an inventory that would have shocked any alien observer. 10,000 capital ships with quantum weaponry, 50,000 fighter craft with AI-enhanced systems, 100 planet killer-class weapons platforms, 1,000 stealth ships with dimensional phase technology, 5,000 carrier vessels housing swarm drones. "And these are just our conventional forces," Adams noted with satisfaction. She turned to Dr. Ryan Cooper, Chief of Weapons Development. "Show them what else we've been working on." Cooper activated a secure terminal, bringing up designs that few humans had ever seen. "Project Phoenix," he explained. "Weapons that can harness the power of dying stars. Ships that can travel through time itself. Defense systems that can redirect entire asteroid fields." In orbit around Neptune, humanity's most closely guarded secret stirred to life. A massive structure, hidden from all detection by advanced cloaking technology, began to power up. The Solar Forge, as it was called, was capable of creating ships and weapons using the raw energy of space itself. "The Dominion thinks they know what humanity is capable of," Adams said, watching the activity. "They've seen our civilian technology, our public face. They have no idea what we've been preparing." Throughout the solar system, hidden bunkers and bases revealed their true nature. What aliens had thought were simple mining operations turned out to be massive production facilities. Research stations transformed into battle stations. Even Earth's moon, which other species had scanned countless times, housed weapons platforms inside artificial caverns. In low Earth orbit, the Space Defense Force began their final preparations. Commander David Foster addressed his crews via secure quantum channels. "For generations, we've trained for this moment. While other species watched us and thought we were playing at being a spacefaring race, we were preparing for war. Every ship we built, every weapon we designed, was created with one purpose: to protect Earth and humanity." The crews listened intently as Foster continued. "The Dominion thinks they're dealing with a young, naive species. They're about to learn that humanity's history of warfare has taught us well. We don't just build weapons. We build weapons that work. We don't just train soldiers. We train warriors who can think and adapt." As if to emphasize his words, a massive ship emerged from its hiding place in the asteroid belt. The Humanity's Vengeance was the largest warship ever built in secret, its very existence a testament to humanity's determination and ingenuity. The message had been sent. The arsenal was revealed. Now, all across the solar system, humanity's true military might stood ready. They had spent centuries preparing, building, and waiting. The Dominion had unknowingly awakened a military giant that had been hiding its strength, waiting for exactly this moment. The time for hiding was over. Humanity was ready to show the galaxy why Earth was classified as a death world, and why its inhabitants had not just survived, but thrived in such a hostile environment. The Dominion's attack fleet emerged from hyperspace near Earth's Proxima Centauri colony. 500 warships, each bristling with weapons, prepared to teach humanity a lesson in humility. Their scanners showed only a small defense force, exactly what they expected from a primitive species. Commander Alice Thompson watched from her hidden command center as the enemy fleet approached. "All units maintain stealth protocols," she ordered calmly. "Let them get closer." The Dominion ships moved into attack formation, their weapons charging. Their commander's voice boomed across all frequencies. "Surrender your colony, primitives. This is your only warning." Thompson smiled. Now, suddenly, the space around the Dominion fleet erupted with activity. What had appeared to be ordinary asteroids transformed into heavily armed battle stations. Clouds of debris revealed themselves as swarms of stealth fighters. Hidden weapons platforms emerged from dimensional pockets. "Target their command ships," Thompson ordered. "Show them what primitives can do." The first volley caught the Dominion completely off guard. Quantum torpedoes phased through their shields as if they didn't exist. Dark matter beams twisted their hull plating like paper. Human fighters, piloted by both AI and humans, executed maneuvers that the aliens had thought impossible. "Impossible," the Dominion commander broadcasted. "Your technology, you couldn't have." "We've been watching you for decades," Thompson replied across the channel. "Learning your weaknesses, preparing our countermeasures. Did you really think we'd colonize other stars without the means to defend them?" The battle unfolded with brutal efficiency. Human weapons and tactics, developed through centuries of warfare on Earth, proved devastatingly effective against the overconfident aliens. The Dominion's rigid battle formations broke apart under attacks from directions they hadn't thought possible. In the colony below, civilian bunkers that the Dominion had dismissed as primitive shelters revealed themselves as launch bays. Ground-based weapons, far more advanced than anything humanity had shown before, joined the battle. "Beta Squadron, execute Pattern Delta," Thompson commanded. A group of human ships performed a complex maneuver that scattered the Dominion's remaining formation. Their ships moved with perfect coordination, using maneuvers developed through thousands of combat simulations. The Dominion commander's voice came again, this time with noticeable fear. "What are you? How did you hide all this?" "We're humans," Thompson replied, watching as another enemy ship exploded. "We evolved on a planet that tried to kill us every day. We survived ice ages, predators, and our own wars. Did you really think we'd venture into space unprepared?" 3 hours after the battle began, it was over. Of the 500 Dominion ships that had arrived to conquer the colony, only 50 remained. These weren't destroyed. Thompson had deliberately left them alive to carry a message back to their empire. "Return to your leaders," she broadcast to the surviving ships. "Tell them what you saw here. Tell them that this was just one colony, defended by a small fraction of our true force. Tell them that humanity is done hiding." As the surviving Dominion ships fled, Thompson received reports from across human space. Similar scenes had played out at every colony the Dominion had targeted. The aliens had expected easy victories against primitive outposts. Instead, they had found heavily armed fortresses defended by technology that matched or exceeded their own. Back on Earth, the United Earth government received Thompson's battle report with satisfaction. Everything had gone according to plan. The Dominion had taken the bait. attacking what they thought were vulnerable colonies, only to run headlong into carefully prepared defenses. "Send word to all commands," the Earth Defense Council ordered. "Operation Revelation is proceeding as planned. Phase 2 begins in 24 hours. In her command center, Thompson watched the Dominion ships disappear into hyperspace. She knew they would return, next time with a larger force. But that was exactly what humanity had planned for. Each battle would reveal a little more of Earth's true military might, carefully calculated to draw the Dominion into a final, decisive confrontation. The first strike was over, but the real war was just beginning. Humanity had spent centuries preparing for this moment, and they were ready to show the galaxy why Earth was known as the cradle of warriors. The grand meeting hall of Earth's orbital diplomatic station buzzed with activity. Representatives from 12 alien species, all former victims or current targets of the Dominion, had gathered in response to humanity's demonstration of power. Admiral Peter Richards stood at the central podium, facing the assembled aliens. Each species was different. Some were crystalline beings, others looked like living clouds, and a few were nearly human in appearance. But they all shared one thing: fear of the Dominion. "We've all suffered under their tyranny," Richards began. "Some of you lost colonies. Others, entire worlds. The Dominion believed they were unstoppable. Yesterday, humanity proved them wrong." Holographic displays showed footage from the recent battles. The aliens watched in amazement as human forces systematically dismantled Dominion fleets using technology that rivaled or surpassed their oppressors' capabilities. The crystalline representative spoke first, their voice translated by quantum computers. "Your weapons, your tactics, how did you develop all this in secret?" "Earth's history is filled with conflict," Richards explained. "When we reached the stars, we didn't stop preparing for war. We just got better at hiding our preparations." A being of pure energy floated forward. "The Dominion enslaved my people centuries ago. We've tried fighting back, but their technology is no longer superior to ours," Richards interrupted. "Humanity offers you a choice. Stand with us. Fight with us. Together, we can end the Dominion's reign of terror." The meeting hall erupted in discussion. Some species were eager to join forces with humanity. Others were hesitant, afraid of Dominion reprisals. Richards waited patiently until the noise settled. "Let me show you something else," he said, activating another holographic display. "This is just one of our shipyards." The aliens gasped as they saw the massive facility hidden inside Mars. Thousands of warships under construction, each incorporating technologies that the Dominion had thought impossible for primitive races to develop. "We can upgrade your ships," Richards continued. "Train your crews. Share our defensive technologies. The Dominion won't expect their former victims to suddenly match their capabilities." The representative of a reptilian species stepped forward. "Our scientists have studied Dominion technology for decades, yet you've surpassed them." "How?" Dr. Emily Turner, Earth's Chief of Technological Development, took the podium. "While the Dominion was busy conquering, humanity was innovating. We developed different approaches, new solutions. Our quantum drives don't work like theirs. Our weapons use principles they haven't discovered." One by one, the alien representatives pledged their support. Ships that had once hidden from the Dominion would now fight alongside humanity's fleet. Scientists who had struggled to resist Dominion technology would now work with human engineers. "We're not just offering weapons," Richards told them. "We're offering hope. The Dominion thinks they're the strongest force in the galaxy. Together, we'll prove them wrong." In orbit above Earth, the combined fleet began to gather. Alien ships, many bearing fresh scars from Dominion attacks, docked with human stations for upgrades. Their crews trained alongside human forces, learning new tactics and strategies. The reptilian commander, watching his ships being retrofitted with human technology, turned to Richards. "We fought the Dominion for generations, never winning. How did humanity become so powerful in secret?" Richards smiled grimly. "We never stopped preparing for war. Every peaceful ship we built had hidden weapons. Every scientific advance was examined for military applications. We played the role of a young, naive species while building the strongest military force the galaxy has ever seen. As the Alliance grew stronger, reports came in from across the galaxy. The Dominion was mobilizing its forces, preparing for a massive assault. But this time, they wouldn't be facing scattered, weak resistance. They would face a united front, led by a species that had spent its entire history preparing for this moment. The first Joint Fleet exercise demonstrated the combined power of human technology and alien determination. Ships that had once fled from the Dominion now moved with confidence, protected by human shields, and armed with weapons that could pierce any defense. The tide was turning. The hunters were about to become the hunted, and the galaxy would never be the same. The space around Proxima Centauri lit up like a new sun as the largest fleet battle in galactic history began. 10,000 Dominion warships faced off against the combined Human Alliance forces. The Dominion had brought their entire main fleet, confident in their superior numbers. Fleet Admiral Mark Taylor stood on the bridge of the flagship Earth's Revenge, watching the enemy formation. All ships, battle positions, he ordered. Execute Operation Thunderstorm. The human fleet moved with precision that shocked the Dominion commanders. Instead of forming traditional battle lines, the ships split into smaller, highly mobile groups. Each group included both human and allied vessels, all upgraded with Earth's most advanced technology. They're launching their first wave, reported Lieutenant John Wilson from Tactical. 5,000 fighter craft incoming. Taylor nodded calmly. Deploy the drone swarms. Millions of tiny drones, each smaller than a human fist, emerged from carrier ships. The Dominion fighters found themselves engulfed in clouds of intelligent machines that could think and react faster than any organic pilot. Quantum torpedoes, full spread, Taylor commanded. Show them why humanity spent centuries preparing for this day. The space between the fleets erupted with weapons fire. Human ships executed maneuvers that the Dominion's tactical computers couldn't predict. Allied vessels, now equipped with Earth's technology, fought with capabilities that their former oppressors hadn't thought possible. The Dominion flagship transmitted a message. How? How did primitives like you achieve this level of technology? We were never primitives, Taylor responded. We were warriors preparing for war. Every peaceful gesture was a cover. Every diplomatic mission gathered intelligence. We studied you while pretending to be weak. The battle intensified as the Dominion committed their capital ships. But humanity had prepared for this too. Hidden weapon platforms emerged from dimensional pockets, catching the enemy fleet in devastating crossfire. Sir, they're trying to concentrate their fire on our left flank, Wilson reported. Perfect, Taylor smiled. Spring the trap. What the Dominion thought was a vulnerable flank suddenly transformed. Ships that had appeared damaged or retreating revealed their true nature. Advanced holographic technology had masked their real capabilities, and now they turned on their pursuers with devastating effect. The alien allies watched in awe as human battle tactics unfolded. Ships moved in patterns that seemed chaotic, but were precisely calculated. Each retreat was actually an ambush, each apparent weakness a carefully laid trap. All ships, execute Maneuver Delta 7, Taylor ordered. The entire human fleet moved as one, performing an impossible series of coordinations that split the Dominion formation apart. Hour after hour, the battle raged. The Dominion's rigid tactics proved useless against humanity's adaptive strategy. Their technology, once thought superior, was systematically countered by weapons and defenses the humans had spent generations developing in secret. Enemy fleet at 40% strength, Wilson announced. They're beginning to break formation. Taylor opened a channel to all ships. Push the advantage. Show them why Earth was classified as a death world. Show them why our history of warfare made us the perfect species to end their tyranny. The combined fleet surged forward. Human quantum weapons pierced Dominion shields as if they were paper. Allied ships, fighting with newfound confidence, pressed the attack from all sides. Finally, the Dominion fleet began to retreat, Their once proud formation had been reduced to scattered groups of surviving ships, fleeing in terror from the forces they had dismissed as primitive just days before. "Should we pursue?" asked Wilson. "No," Taylor replied. "Let some escape. Let them tell others what happened here. Let the galaxy know that humanity's warning wasn't a bluff." The battle had lasted 12 hours. When the final numbers came in, they were staggering. The Dominion had lost over 7,000 ships. The Human Alliance fleet, thanks to superior technology and tactics, had lost less than 500. As the debris of battle slowly drifted through space, Taylor sent a final message to the retreating Dominion ships. "Remember this day. Remember what happened when you thought you could threaten humanity. We warned you we were ready. We warned you we were waiting. Next time, we won't be so merciful." The Battle of Proxima would be remembered as the day everything changed. The day when humanity revealed its true power, and the day the Dominion learned why Earth's long history of warfare had created the deadliest species in the galaxy. The Grand Council chamber of the newly established Galactic Alliance buzzed with activity. Representatives from over 100 species gathered to witness a historic moment. At the center of the chamber stood Admiral Taylor, now representing Earth as the head of the Alliance's peacekeeping force. The Dominion's surrender had been total and unconditional. Their once mighty empire had crumbled in just 3 months of warfare against humanity's revealed might. Their representatives now sat in a small section of the chamber, stripped of their former arrogance. "The war is over," Taylor announced, his voice carrying across the vast room. "But our work is just beginning. The galaxy needs stability, not just victory." On the massive screens surrounding the chamber, images showed human ships helping rebuild worlds devastated by the Dominion. Earth's advanced technology, no longer hidden, was being used to restore entire civilizations. For centuries, humanity prepared for war while hoping for peace, Taylor continued. "Now that peace has come, we will not waste it." The first order of business was the transformation of Earth's hidden military facilities. Shipyards that had once produced warships now constructed vessels of exploration and commerce. Weapon factories were converted to produce tools for rebuilding. A representative from one of the former Dominion slave worlds stepped forward. "How did humans become so advanced while appearing so primitive? Our scientists have studied your technology, and it surpasses anything we imagined possible." Dr. Turner, now head of the Alliance's Scientific Council, explained, "Earth's history forced us to think differently. Every challenge we faced made us innovate. When we reached space, we didn't stop evolving. We just got better at hiding our progress." Across the galaxy, other species began studying human history with fascination. They learned about Earth's countless wars, its constant challenges, its endless drive to improve and adapt. They discovered why humanity had been so prepared for conflict, because their entire existence had been a struggle for survival. But the most important lesson, Taylor told the assembly, isn't about our weapons or our tactics. It's about unity. Humanity learned the hard way that we're stronger together than apart. The Alliance adopted this philosophy. Former enemies became allies. Species that had once fought each other now worked together. Earth's technology and knowledge were shared freely with all members, lifting entire civilizations to new levels of advancement. In deep space, at the edge of known territory, a new signal was detected. Another young species, just beginning its journey to the stars, had received humanity's warning message. But now that message carried a different meaning. Taylor authorized a new transmission to the emerging civilization. "Welcome to the galactic community. We are humanity, and we stand ready, not to fight, but to help you grow. The stars are not a battlefield anymore. They're a frontier we can explore together." The young species' response was cautious but hopeful. They had expected to find terrors in space. Instead, they found guardians. In the council chamber, the final piece of the new order fell into place. The Galactic Alliance established its headquarters on Earth, acknowledging humanity's role as the protectors of peace. "We spent centuries preparing for war," Taylor told the assembly in his closing speech, "Now we'll spend centuries building something better. The Dominion ruled through fear. We'll lead through cooperation and mutual respect." As the council session ended, news spread across the galaxy. Ships that had once hidden weapons now carried scientists and explorers. Stations that had housed armies became centers of learning and culture. The species that had perfected the art of war now taught the art of peace. On Earth, in the same bunker where humanity had once planned for war, General Adams looked at the latest reports with satisfaction. "We got ready for the worst," she told her staff. "Instead, we achieved the best possible outcome." The final screens showed a galaxy transformed. Trade routes flourished where battle lines had once been drawn. Former enemies worked together on massive engineering projects, and at the edge of known space, Earth's ships stood watch, not as conquerors, but as protectors. The message that had once been a warning now became a promise. Humanity was ready and waiting, ready to help, waiting to welcome new friends to a peaceful galaxy.